We have a problem. Elund Karth refuses to send any troops to assist Melsen Shir. The old fool never would listen to reason. A weapon is only as strong as the one that wields it, and a general is only as powerful as the army she leads. We need to convince Karth to lend us his aid. You can find him in the upper city, looking over the strait at Melsen Shir. The fool might as well be condemning the city. The man is not a warrior by nature. He cannot abide another risk for this city. But he's an idiot if he thinks we will get another opportunity such as this. With Tuatha raiding parties along the shores, Rathir has the only port for safe passage across the strait. But after assisting Melsen Shir for so many years, the ruling council of Rathir is loath to offer more aid for what they see as a lost cause.
Well, who can I send?
Light your way.
You look capable. Stern in the brow, proud of bearing. You are just what we need to deliver these notices. You'll do it, won't you? You've got to do better than the last fellow. There's pay. It's for the war effort. Notices of duty to denizens of Rathir selected to serve. The work can be hard, and you've got to, well, look the part. I'll give you a list of names, and you get each of them to accept their card. Easy as that. Well, what do you say? Will you do it? What I need are boots on the ground in Cluricon. I shouldn't say this, but if anyone can't or won't accept the notice, find someone else. Or make them. Whatever you need to do. Take these cards, deliver them to Runir Wesnan, Maywin Wyvern Gif, Aefendel, and Varen Seawine. Almain? Odd. All can be found in Rathir, and I can be found in the officers' hall on the burn when you're finished. Went and broke his little leg. Oh, Lunala's tears. Hasn't a notion of how important our work is. No sense of the bigger picture. You can't fight a war without soldiers. True, we contract the Warsworn and volunteers arrive daily, but it's not always enough. Citizens of Rathir are selected on... Well, the process is secret. Even I don't know how. They're selected, a notice is sent, and they serve. We're in Rathir. This is the war effort. How do you think we get a steady flow of soldiers into Cluricon? You've got to be organized, and everyone's got to pitch in. Now, be on your way.
It's good to be back in Rathir. Please, find Selny. Tell her we betrayed. The lower tunnels. Go. Tell Selny. No one else. Betrayed.
Stand aside.
All your papers in order, then? Well, you'll need those to move your cargo. Say, you're not a merchant, are you? Or a sailor? I don't know what you're talking about. And you don't either. Coming in here and saying that out loud in front of everyone? Theria! Well, I've heard them go back there, to the little grill in the wall. They ask, what cost the lot by sea? And the answer is always, 5 and 9 by night. Back to these papers here.
Tell me, what cost the lot by sea? Yes, but 33 by day. Go on.
Come on!
Very heroic, my fine little war swan. You have tracked and fought your way to my very door, but the vault has been emptied and Lord Beeson has flown to Eamon's Isle. You don't even know, do you? Your own history. Well, let it stay buried. Under Lord Beeson, the Farlangi shall bring a beauty, terrible and sublime, into the world. Now!
You're going down.
Beeson. The Beeson. If it's true he's gone to Eamon's Isle, we must follow immediately. I know a ship's captain here in the city. Hopefully Captain Gomporm isn't already hired. Take this, a token from Delfric himself. We should send word of our discoveries to him immediately. Some say he is a match for Calidus and that he sits on the Orbicant. Either way, he's a mage of considerable power. If he's behind all of this, then I fear this is only the beginning. It was built in the time of the First Sworn. No Niskaric artifacts are stored there, but if the accounts are true, much of our early wisdom was kept in the Stronghold's chapel. the founders of our order long ago. They amassed great knowledge about fighting Niskaru, nearly all lost and forgotten. I wish my searchers turned up half as much as yours. These mages call themselves Farlongi, but no one has ever heard of them. Half of those I spoke to hadn't heard of what happened at Brigand Hall, and they, if anyone, should have. They're supposed to watch for such things. Beeson has cloaked his actions well. As soon as a ship can be chartered, yes. Search for Captain Gonthorm on the docks. If he has a ship free, I believe he will take us. You, bring word to Ancient Delphric. Now, let's get to the keys.
You? How in the... Erlich, that turncoat. I never should have trusted a liar to commit murder. That's what murderers are for. What do you want? Of course I did. I'm not the Lord of Dolve-Arn. I'm not even from the Tawili coast. But what does it matter? I only did what I had to do. Don't we all? The Rathir authorities don't have to know. Keep this quiet and let me sail with this galley, and you can have the gold I received for the treasures of Kuln. I am a man of my word. Most of the time. No, you wretch! You will rue the day you betrayed Kras. Do you hear me? Come back.
Oh, there's no use. I've lost the keys. Now Gwalch may'll have my head if I can't think up something fast. Say, you're not good with locks, are you? Would you help a poor fellow who's down on his luck? Yes, as in, no need for keys. Ace with a lockpick. Gwalchmay wants an old red ledger from the storeroom in the customs house. Oh, I'm afraid they're lost for good. Now, I might have dropped them here, or at Kest's table the other night. But it's just as likely I dropped them in Bracken Bay after I'd had an ale or three at the Seafoam. The chest it's in, that is, yes. Although I don't know which one it is. But it's down there, somewhere. Oh, now don't worry, nothing in the storeroom's seen the light of day in years. No one will mind if you pick a few locks before you find it. Well, he's a good enough master all in all. Sees to it I earn every coin of my wages, though. No standing about, not in his shop. Gets these ideas into his head. Needs this old thing, needs that new thing. This time it's shard prices by the decade. Something to do with a deal he is or isn't striking with that Karasta trader. Oh, the things they say about that Lanshi. That she talked a Jotun out of his own hammer once. And another time sold some Varani fool his own silk for twice as much, after cutting it to ribbons and winding it on spools. Chamber of Trade basement. Just head toward the keys. Oh, and have these. That should help.
The City Watch never rests.
Any luck down there? The ledger! Oh, Lunala's smile, you've done me a good turn. Master Gwalchmay will be pleased as a fat Jotun when I bring him this, he will.
Welcome to the Wending, mate. I'm sorry it's come to that, but here we are, eh? What's this, eh? Time to serve? Well, I always knew it might come. Not sure what they want with a poor Rathir Westerner like me, but I'll go. I'll go. Where you go when you can't find gold for a Pryderi garret or a bunk in the quays, nor get work in a servant's quarters up in some great house. If you're able, you sleep in a ramshackle house. If you can't, you sleep in the tunnels among the mice and candles and rags. Make no mistake, for the likes of me, it's warm and welcome. Gelfine buys and sells what you please. Kest deals the cards, sparrows come and go. And the watch come through seldom to never, which is how we like it.
A prayer for our troops.
What can I get you, love?
You're not from the Scholia Arcana, are you? If they don't want my company, I certainly don't want theirs. If you're not one of them, well, you're welcome to join me. I'm enjoying the ale and cheer and no bloody spells or mysteries. What is this? Ah, it was only a matter of time before the army found me out. Just my luck. This calls for another drink. I'll have to pack my things. Ah, Alison, how do I tell my sister? Where will she live? How will she live? Army wages can pay for Alison now, but I'm leaving her. I'll send money. I hope she doesn't end up in the Wending. Rove, another ale. Make that 2.
Get this. I wake up yesterday morning with the worst headache, no shirt, and a note that I'm fighting a duel. Me? Fighting a duel? Don't know how I got into it, but it's all rot unless I can find a second. You can't fight a duel without one. Now, you might be thinking, a popular fellow like Wayland, what trouble could he have finding a second? Well, turns out my friends are all drunken cowards. Look, you seem tough enough. Be my second, and I'll make it worth your while. Thank Lupoku. There is something else I should mention. There is no way in all Amalur I'll win this fight, so I've devised a plan. Before you go to Dalton, that's my opponent, find Gelfine in the Wending and ask for some rows of shadows. She'll know what you mean. Then go to the officers' hall in the burn, and on the sly, put some on Dalton's sword point when you inspect it. Surely you've heard of him. Back from Cluricon, and everyone's talking about his exploits on the battlefield. They used to talk about my exploits with society daughters, but... I swear I don't remember a thing. Apparently, I challenged Dalton Ames, the war hero, over the honor of my sister. I do seem to remember him and his bulky arm sitting smugly in the sea foam, taunting me. All in good time, my friend. All in good time. The way I see it, I'm doomed to end up in Mel Senshir, and I'd rather cut the nose off my face than live a soldier's life. I want some freedom, and you're going to help me, right? Now, time for my part in this business.
What? Buy something, sell something. It doesn't matter where you got it from. By Lyria, don't say it so loud. Someone could hear. All right, it's yours, if you can pay the price. Remember, I never saw this. Or you. You go and wrinkle your nose at our caves and our tatters. At least I'm Rathiri, and no rotten outsider. I don't mind where you got anything. I don't ask. And don't you go minding where these came from. It's buy, sell, or leave.
Here to gamble. Aaron Kest's right there. He'll deal you a hand. Get back! I won't go, not there. I prefer living to dying, thank you all the same. No, I won't go. I won't. Duh! You can't make me.
Well, well, a topsider.
Lyria loves the victor and hates the fallen.
I give up. If I'm to get myself killed, I might as well do it over there. Are you happy now? Oh, I hope you're happy now. I'll have to admit, it'll be nice to sleep in a bed again, eat a full meal. I'd been hiding for days, weeks even. I can stop now. I feared nothing more than those notices. But fear's worse than the thing itself. Strange, isn't it?
stranger comes. So Rath is dead too, then? Oh, Lunala, will the sparrows be murdered one by one? It began when Faro went missing. Then we found Syl's corpse in the alley, then Shiren's. Now Rath, we are helpless. We know nothing, can do nothing. Betrayed? We have traded more than rags with some, up above and here below. But who among them would hunt us down and murder us? This is too much for us. I beg you, go to the City Watch. See if there is anything they know, anything they can do to help us. If they know nothing and cannot help us, then no one can. None that would hunt us down and kill us. Not within Rathir. I am sure of that much. And you think even the Watch cannot be trusted? No. The Watch is above corruption. If we cannot trust them, we have nothing. Lunala bless you. The captain of the Watch is Area Talabor. He's a good man of spotless reputation. Speak to him. Rag pickers, urchins, scamps. Call us what you like. We too have a place, and it is here. All that Rathir does not need or want, the gold chain broken, the tailor's scraps, old ship casks, we sparrows gather up. We bring it here, we sort and mend, and sell it new for meager coins as we can. And that is how we live. Join me, sparrows. Let us mourn our brother departed, Rath, who lost mother to war and father to wine. Rath the climber, the ledge walker, a sparrow of our kind.
The daggers are rusty, but we'll use them if we have to.
A drink? A plate of roast?
You there, my lovely. I like the look of you. I have gold to slip in your purse in return for a small favor. Oh, now, don't sound so suspicious. I need some help in a matter of business. Tell me, do you know the merchant Gwalchmay? I am trying to strike a deal with that willful man, and I think I have found just the thing. Only, I cannot be the one to do it. I have already tried to negotiate with him. He proved hard, stubborn, and unpliable. We could not reach a deal. I was hoping a new face and a new approach might cause him to let down his guard, become reasonable. How very astute of you. Now, Gwalchmay, I have learned, has a weakness for rare wines. This right here happens to be a bottle of Maybrin, his favorite. I wish we had more than just the one. A pity. Here's the contract for him to sign. The better a deal you strike, the sweeter I will make your reward. Me? You wish to know about me? I'm flattered, but I prefer to keep my cards close to my chest. Be good, my lovely, and I'll be good. A moment, love. I'll be right with you.
Please, I'm only a soldier back from Chloricon. Don't kneel, and I'm afraid I don't do blessings. Well, here for the formalities, then. My sword is in the back. She's new, the real beauty. Go on and inspect it. I'm sure you'll find it more than suitable. Me? They call me a war hero. Haven't you heard the songs? It was only 5 Bolgan, and I had a rusty knife. Huh, I don't see what all the fuss is about. As you know, until the siege ends, it's a lot of sitting around and brief skirmishes. Can't wait for a real fight. He's as vile as his sister's delectable. I don't know how word got round to him, though. I thought I was discreet. You've inspected the sword? Good. And I will see you on the dueling ground, second. Must say, I haven't shamed a drunken lout since I got to Rathir. Well, you go off to that lout and tell him we're ready. And then we meet at the dueling ground. Simple as that.
A moment, love. I'll be right with you.
City Watch.
My good lady, a captain of the watch never rests. But you've caught me at a good time. If I can do anything for you, simply ask. Sparrows? Murdered? I see. I'm so glad you've come to me before this went any further. As it happens, an old enemy of theirs has returned to Rathir. Done. Orwin Dunn, spotted on the quays. I have no guards to spare, but if you went now, found him, brought him in for questioning, Dunn could be found guilty. We have heard that he was spotted on the quays, snuck in aboard a merchant ship, most likely. A patrol of the watch will be sent after him, but if you were to go before, find him, prevent his escape, that would be well. Yes, I know of them. Rag pickers, orphans, denizens of the Wending. We see that order is kept and law-breaking does not pass unnoticed. If I may say so, we are very good. You will find no crime on the streets of our city, I assure you.
Many marvels.
Hello, hello. What will it be, my friend? Neighboring wine? Wherever did you find it? Forgive me, it's just they're devilish hard to find. You likely had no idea, but there's not a wine in the world I love more. In fact, I think I'll uncork this now and have a sip. Or two. Ah. Liked it, adored it. Sweet as a song and soft as Lyria's kiss. A remarkable woman, there's no denying. But you be wary. Those eyes of hers make promises. Promise things she'll never give. A Mayburn? Oh, yes. Very much. Excellent vintage. My warmest thanks. Very thoughtful of you. Very kind indeed. What's this now? Carasta's contract? Ought to have known she was behind this. Still, I suppose I was a bit hard on her. Here's a reasonable figure. She shouldn't turn her nose up at this. What do you say? Good then. Good, good. Signed and done.
The contract? You have it? Let me see. Yes, this will do. Good, my lovely. Well done. You brought me my profit. Now you shall have yours. Don't let the old dog fool you. He is as shrewd and stubborn as they come. But like any old dog, his tail will wag for just the right treat.
Sparrows send a hound out to the piers, and of course, now we're right where he wants the both of us, you and I. You think I'd just waltz back into Rathir like that? No, he lured me here to take the blame for the murders. That's what he did. Why the captain of the watch? The one that's been snuffing out those sparrows. He likely sent you here himself. Got you out of the way so he could go and slaughter the last of them, leisure-like. Clever bastard he is. Oh, I'd spit on their sorry graves for what they've done to me, but not enough to show our faces in Rathir. We're not that mad. Read the writing on the wall, mate. And if you weren't such a fool, you'd have left those sorry rag pickers to die in peace. Oh, ho, ho. Now you see, that I cannot allow. Talibor is going to pin the murders on one of us, and it'll be the one who's dead. And that would be you. You're not...
Prepare to die! Prepare to die!
Well, you're not the only one who's been busy. I've called in every last favor in my book. Now there's only one last thing for after the duel. I have it all worked out. With your help, I'll be free of Rathir, free of the war, free as a lark. I need to prepare for the duel, and I can't be seen near the docks. I need you to find Jaber there and give him the name of the ship I chartered, the Maid of Fortune. That's where I escape once everyone thinks I'm dead. A very mild poison. Don't ask how I know or why Gelfine sells it. You appear dead for the length of a day, then you wake with a terrible headache. A simple thing, really. Find Jaber on the docks. Tell him the chartered ship is the Maid of Fortune. Fitting name, don't you think? When you're done, meet me at the dueling ground.
Lot of miserable rag pickers. Let all I've worked for slip from my hands for the likes of you. You're the one. Do you know what you've done? Done, you mean? You're still standing, which means that he's dead. We all protect our hides when we must. I couldn't have this waif and her lot telling what they'd found. Which is why it's so good that you came. I'll blame their murder on you. Say you died in the struggle.
He is dead. It is over now, thanks to you. And to think I only learned the cause of all this nightmare moments before he arrived. I was done with waiting. I had to do something, so I did what I know. I began sorting the piles of salvage, and that's when I found the cause. To hide his crimes, he was selling prisoners as slaves, smuggling them out to merchant ships in the dark of night. One of the boats wrecked and sank beneath the quays. That boat held slaves and gold, and had Talibor's name all over it. Before he could clear the wreckage, we took our pickings. We had his secret. He was willing to kill to save his name.
You've been talking to my son. What is he up to? I already know about this foolish duel. There's something else, isn't there? Wayland's mother, mistress of worsted traders. Not a woman to stand by and watch her son stumble out of the frying pan and into the fire. So that's it. I should have known. Disgrace a war hero and slip out of Rathir. Well, I tell you what. Go on as you were, but give him the name of Ravenswing instead. I'll ship him right to Chloricon. A good shaking up, that's what he needs. When it's done, find me here. You'll be handsomely paid, I promise.
Wayland sent you? What's the word? This is a devilish curious business, and I don't mind saying so. So, it's to be the Maid of Fortune, then. Aye, I know her. Well and good, then. Oh, and when you're done, return here. Aye, if you'll go and second his duel. That's the bargain, ain't it? Let's do our parts. I know that ship. Know the captain, too. Sturdy Master Keel. She'll serve well enough. Good day then, Dove, and good luck with it.
Good, you're here. Wish me luck.
What have I done? Lyria, this is awful. How the blazes did I kill him? This was a duel to first blood. I can't stay in Rathir. This will get out. I was a hero here. All those fine dinners, the adoring girls. They'll hear of this. I'll be a monster to them now. Dead? How is he dead? I hit him once.
He's got to go back to Mel Sen Shir now. This is a scandal. Don't matter what he did in the war. Now he's killed a man inside Rathir's walls. He'll have to leave.
Wayland said you were to have this when all was done. Well, all is done, so here you are. Now, I've not heard from the lad, but then that was the plan, aye? Wasn't it, Captain? Well, Captain?
My Lady Coriana won't eat. She won't sleep. All on account of a poor, sick Malian. Woe on House Anwan. The healers say bad blood, but my lady swears it's poison. He sleeps and sleeps, but he's never any better. Well, it's hard to say. The healers are no use. You could go to her yourself and ask. No harm in that. You'll find my lady in the house, by poor Malian's side, most likely. The young master's sickness, yes. He's the last one living, what with the others dead in the war. My poor lady. What grief she's known. Her daughters lost to Chloricon, and her husband to the war before that. Her son Malian is all that's left to her, and the only seed of House Anwan. Oh, my masters aren't like some up Spire top. Just one name to our house, thank you very much, and nearly old as Rathir at that. There are but 2 left of Anwan blood. One soon enough if young Master Malian does not mend. Poor boy, he sleeps and tosses and turns. From the things he says under his breath, his dreams must be ghastly things. Do help my lady of 10 years.
My son Malian is gravely ill. The healers say his blood is diseased, but I am sure it must be poison. If I were younger, I'd go and find the Lepidus myself and prove them wrong. Bring my son this wild plant, and I will see you richly rewarded. This I swear. Of course not. But my family legacy says it will, and I have no wish to watch my son die while there is still a chance for hope. There's only one place that I know of, the Acathan wetlands. You must search for it there. You will know Lepidus by the shape of its blue flower. The healers name it as an affliction of the blood, but Anwan blood has bent beneath no malady in generations. No, Malian was poisoned, I am sure. It is an herb with natural properties. It is not strictly alchemy, and it does not cure a poison. However, it can relieve the symptoms for a time. Malian will still need an antidote before he is fully well. His father died in the Battle of Galliffer Plain. His sisters in Cluricon. He is all I have left, and he is slipping away from me. It was early in the war, and until that time we had known only defeat. The day was won, and my husband lost. Be wary. I have sent servants before you who did not return.
I've been having such awful dreams. Insects crawling, dark things closing in. How long has it been? Feels like days. Days? Has it really? That does explain my back. And my head. Poison? Oh, I remember. A bottle of rather good wine was delivered. A gift, you know. I thought I'd have a sip. And then... where is it now? It seems to have rolled under the bed. No one noticed, I suppose. You have it. It's a clue, after all. Forgive me. Still a bit foggy, I'm afraid. I recall Onfay bringing in the wine. It looked good, so I thought I'd have a sip. Then, darkness. Mother must have been so worried. Did I just fall asleep and stay that way? Both Cassin and Willow were much older, and I remember them as tall and fearsome and fair. They had been dead for more of my life than alive. Our oldest house servant. She's as devoted to us as... well, as if we were her own children. I feel so foolish now. A gift left at our door, and without a thought, I simply drank it. Do send for Mother if you would.
It was that gift of wine that did it? Oh, that is terrible. Why, if I'd but known... oh, what have I done to the poor young master? Well now, let me think. A servant. I didn't know him, and he didn't say precisely. Just a friend of Master Malian's was all. What a fright it was, the young master being ill. And all from that bottle of wine. Oh, if I could get my hands on whoever did this.
He has wakened? Thank Lyria. Here is your gold, but this matter is not yet settled. Find whoever did this, and far more gold shall be yours. The poison came in a gift of wine? Show it to Apothecary Rawani, down in the Praderi. With luck, she can tell us the poison. Perhaps the poisoner. The Lepidus has revived him, yet until we have antidote, he is not saved. And while the poisoner is unknown, neither is House Anwan.
Move along!
What ails, fails, or irks you, there is a potion for it. alarming question. Allow me. Yes, it is surely royal winds. Few possess such a compound. I am one. Lyria! What is more, I sold a file of it recently to a servant of old Einar Abergast. This is terrible. I will send an antidote at once, but someone must do something. Go to the City Watch. Speak with Fabian Tiern. At once! Rathir's city guards. Haven't you seen them? Leave my store and head left through the Pederi. Find Fabian Tiern and tell him what I've told you. I knew his face because he has come to me for various other alchemical items over the years. And I've seen him once exiting Abergast's door. The famous hermit of the Keys. Though his merchant business thrives, it is said he has not left his home in years. I've always found the mystery of herbs and fungi far more fascinating than anything else. As soon as I was old enough, I was apprenticed to the great Rilf Janik. He was the great alchemist of the plains of Erethel. Quite eccentric, but brilliant. His daughters in Emir took after him, and people think I'm weird. The compound is extremely rare, as it comes only from the lands south of the southern Phalanx. It's a devious poison, as you've seen. In far smaller doses, it is used by North Sea captains who must stand at the wheel for days unsleeping, lest they be sunk by floating ice. Fear not, I will have the antidote sent immediately.
This is the City Watch. Do you have a crime to report? Or any other matter? Poison? I'd heard the boy was ill, but that is a bit far-fetched. I'll send one or two of the Watch. You should meet them with these accusations at Abergast's house. I can hardly believe the news, but the captain of the Watch is gone. That means I will be captain soon enough. Good then.
This way.
Ah, here they come. He was a good servant. I knew him all his life, and now I have brought that life to a sweet and dutiful end. It was as he wished, though I know you will disbelieve me. I tell you no lies. I have waited for you, you know. Waited a long time. I would have waited longer, done more good, caused more death. But no matter. Balin's testament burns bright this day. Why? Balin is the god of death, of endings. His testament is simply that all that live must die. And I am his priest. Because I do Balin's will, because I have kept the testament, I would have begun with House Anwan and their two-tongued treachery, then onward throughout Rathir. Death where I might until my turn came. But first, it is yours.
Just look at it. You may go. I will report to the Watch.
It is done? Was he... Here. Take this, and I must make a confession. I nearly married Einar Abergast many years ago. My parents forbade it. I knew it was wrong, that he didn't deserve to be treated so. The follies of youth. I never dreamed he would grow so bitter and turn to that dark cult. Never. Sometimes I think, if I had married him, I now would be no better than the wyvern Gif. And in the years since I broke our vows, I have had my own share of tragedy and loss. Yet I have not let it ruin me, but such is life in House Anwan. Rawani's antidote was true. He will improve. I have lost his father and his sisters to the war, but I shall not lose him. The wyverns were of respected and decent lineage, though their wealth was not great. Then the merchant's Gif bought House Wyvern, much to our surprise. They have mixed sea wash with fine wine. Thanks to you, Malian will recover, and House Anwan shall thrive.
This here's the Oberkant.
If you please.
Well, hello.
Did my parents send you? Are you some sort of new instructor? What is this? Have my parents seen this? Oh, Lunala's starry smile! Yes, yes, and yes! To Cluracan! Think of it! They won't like it when they hear, but what can they do? Buy me out of it? No, not this time. Thank you, stranger. Thank you! Imagine, right in the thick of the war, and me with a sylvan spear, facing red-eyed howling Tuatha. And life beyond the spire. Every notice delivered? Good. Then here's your pay. Off you go then. No use standing around. We've got a war to run.